You're using ChatGPT wrong, and it's costing you time, ideas, and money. But with the right prompt, it's just like unlocking God mode. Let me prove it to you in the next minutes. If you didn't notice so far, we're going to talk about prompt engineering. So what is prompt engineering, first of all? It's the art of crafting precise instructions for your ChatGPT in order to guide its best output. Think of it as the steering wheel, not the engine. It's much more than asking a question. It's designing the perfect context, structure, and tone. Now, wait till you see how role-playing changes everything with ChatGPT. So, how do you actually use prompt engineering in order to get ChatGPT to act like a pro, think critically, or write like a genius? I'm about to break down the same exact techniques that do exactly that, starting with one that you will use every single day. That is technique number 1, role prompting. So, let's kick things off with one of the most powerful ChatGPT hacks out there. This is where you tell ChatGPT who it is before you will even ask it questions. And that tiny shift, it completely transforms the quality of its output. Here's what I mean. This is a basic prompt. Help me write my resume. All right, so it's asking me for some details.
2,000 years later.
All right, let's see what does ChatGPT say. All right, so it's giving me a professional summary. It looks pretty bland, I would say. It's just putting out some things in there. It's a normal resume, nothing stands out. Now, next up, let's read together. You're a professional career coach who has helped over 1,000 people land their jobs at companies like Google and Apple. Help me write a resume for a customer support job. I have 2 years of experience and no degree. Let's hit enter and let's see magic unfold in front of our eyes. All right, now if we read this carefully, we're gonna see that it includes much more stuff in here. It includes a lot of information that we haven't actually told it. It even helps us with the skills part, projects that I've worked on, education and learning, and optional add-on. Following the same logic, we could do something like explain retirement planning. You're gonna see that it's gonna be pretty broad, nothing specific. You don't really gain or you don't necessarily learn anything from this. It's just giving me a definition, it's telling me why does it matter, key components, blah, blah, blah. It's also giving me some tools, it's telling me about 401k, telling me about an S&P 500. This is general information that anyone knows, but only experts can apply because a normal human being, a normal person that doesn't really understand this finance jargon will not really know what to do with this information. So let's change the prompt a bit. You're a finance professor at Harvard. Explain retirement planning to a 20-year-old using memes and real-life examples. So you see how we adjusted? We told it to explain it to a 20-year-old. So GPT knows that I'm a 20-year-old now. It knows what is my level of knowledge, and I specifically told it to explain using memes and real-life examples. So now we already have memes. It already gave us a too long didn't read. Start now so future you isn't screwed. I'm intrigued, ChatGPT. Tell me more. Your future self would either be on a yacht or still splitting rent with 2 roommates and a cat named Dex. And it's giving me some real-life examples of 2 people. One of them is investing $200 per month from 30 to 30 years old, and the other one waits until he's 30 and invests $200 per month until he's 60. And that's how the first person will have more money, even though she only invested for 10 years. It pretty much explains to me what is the power of compounding, and it goes on forever and ever. You see what a bit of prompt tweaking can get you? All right, coming up next, I want to show you how you can get ChatGPT to think your problem step by step, and not just give you a random generic example. Do not miss this one, because using it will get ChatGPT to step in the shoes of a detective. That is called chain of thought prompting. This technique forces ChatGPT to slow down and think, just like a human solving a problem step by step. All you have to do is very simple. Just tell it, let's solve this step by step. Or something like, walk me through your reasoning one step at a time. That teeny tiny phrase changes everything. In this case, I've asked ChatGPT, if I have 12 apples and give away 3 to Sarah, 2 to Max, and eat 1 myself, how many are left? All right, so as we can see, final answer, 6 apples. Now let's try different. Let's solve this step by step. You're gonna see ChatGPT in action, and it's gonna actually divide everything into steps and explain it to you step by step, just like you would be 3 years old. Final answer, 6 apples left. Now you see the difference. 6 apples versus step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. It subtracts every single action that you did, and it gave you the final answer. You can understand much better what ChatGPT is talking about when it's giving you the breakdown and the step by step. This is much more cleaner, accurate, and less prone to hallucination. You can use chain of thought for math problems, decision making, multi-step logic, planning complex tasks, and also writing content in phases. It's just like giving ChatGPT a brain map. Next up, we have technique number 3, which is to specify format and constraints. Here's the truth. If you do not tell ChatGPT how to answer you, it'll just guess. Sometimes it writes too long, sometimes it writes too formal, or it just slams a wall of text on your screen without you asking for it. But with one single line, you can fix this instantly. Here are a few examples of what you can control. First of all, tell it, use bullet points only. This way you will force ChatGPT to give you some main ideas only and not just give you a lot of text. Next up, tell it, keep it under 200 words. Make the tone casual and fun. Give me pros and cons in a table, or something like add emojis at the end of each point. Let's get back into ChatGPT and let me explain to you how does this work. Alright, so our prompt is list 5 benefits of solar energy. This would be the main prompt, and this is what 99% of the people would just write. But we continued it and we told it in under 150 words using bullet points and plain language. Okay, so let's send this away. ChatGPT is going to respond with something that's according to our specific prompt. It's going to be less than 150 words so anybody can understand it. It used bullet points and it used plain language. What if we were just gave it a prompt like this? Let's see what does happen. So we have benefit number 1, benefit number 2, explanations on each and every one of them, benefit number 3, number 4. There's a lot to read already. Now, in my opinion, this answer is pretty decent, I would say, but sometimes ChatGPT will just give us a full book to read, and nobody wants to do that. But this is already pretty neatly said. The main idea is that you will get a sharp, scannable, and easy to read response. No fluff, no nothing else. This works really well for summaries, emails, social media posts, video scripts, product descriptions. I could go on forever. Think of it like giving ChatGPT a blueprint and it's gonna give you exactly what you need. All right. Theory is pretty cool, not gonna lie. But let's get into the real stuff that you can actually use right now. Here are 3 of the most popular prompt patterns. They are used by almost every AI pro out there, and I'm also gonna show you how you can apply them today. First of all, few-shot prompting. With this, you're gonna show ChatGPT an example of what you want, the style and format, and then ask it to do the same but with a different topic. Let's get back to ChatGPT and let me show you what I mean. So I really like this saying. Going to the gym helps you feel better, build discipline, and boost your energy levels. I want you to write me something similar to this, but about reading books. Nevertheless to say, it's going to be a really fast response. Reading books sharpens your mind, strengthens your focus, and fuels your imagination. That's pretty accurate. It gave me an answer tailored to the specific prompt that I gave it. This helps ChatGPT match your tone, sentence structure, and also rhythm. All of these things are perfect for content creators, marketers, or basically anyone who needs consistency in their day-to-day work. Number 2, we have iterative prompting. This is basically the one step at a time method. Instead of throwing everything into one bland prompt, we're gonna break it down into a sequence of smaller steps. Now, we have an article about how Elon Musk is saying that we have rough times ahead. So we're gonna have to give it 3 prompts. Step 1. Summarize this article. Step 2, rewrite it in a more casual conversational tone. And step 3, turn that into a tweet under 280 characters. Write every step separately. All right, let's see. All right, we have step number 1, which is the summary. This is the summary of that article. Step number 2 is going to casually rewrite it. And step number 3, it turned it into a tweet that is less than 280 characters. That's exactly what I needed. You can use this for polishing content in layers, turning blogs into social posts, adapting your tone to your audience, and also breaking down complex workflows. Now guys, after all of this, here's the truth that no one tells you. Even the best prompt engineers do not get it perfectly on their first try. That is why iteration is everything. Think of it like debugging code, or editing a YouTube video, or going to a nice vacation. Your first draft is just the beginning, same as ChatGPT. And when I'm talking about iteration, here, let's go back to ChatGPT and tell it to write a blog post about productivity. All right, so after writing this blog post, we are going to see what is wrong with it. Maybe we don't like some parts in here. So we can iterate, we can change our path, and we can give it a new prompt, which in this case is write a 3-sentence blog into a friendly tone about productivity hacks for parents. Okay, I didn't like the tone of this one, and I want it to be from the point of view of a parent. Okay, so I changed those, I gave it this new prompt, and this is going to look a lot better. As you can see, it adapted to my new prompt. You should do this with everything that you work on with ChatGPT. After you iterate, you should measure your output quality. So ask yourself, did it follow your instructions? Is it useful? Is this tone right for my audience? If not, tweak, and retry. ChatGPT is not perfect. If you do this, it will be perfect, or at least close to perfect. Your final step would be to refine it. So if the tone was too formal, you can add an instruction and say, give it a more casual tone. Maybe talk too much, just say, keep it under 100 words. Maybe it missed key information, be more specific. And once you dial in a prompt that works every single time, save it, systemize it, and reuse it for other projects. So guys, those were some high-impact prompt engineering techniques, and they will completely level up your ChatGPT game. Drop a comment below telling me which one of these was your favorite. If you learned something new in this video, smash that like button because it would greatly help us with the YouTube algorithm. And if you have other prompts that basically change the way you're working, drop them in the comments so other people can see them. And make sure to subscribe, guys. ChatGPT 5 is going to launch very soon, and you definitely want to be subscribed when that happens. Thank you for watching. Until next time.